Morning everyone, and welcome to another video from Max Scraps. Today I am doing another challenge from International Scrapbooking Day set by Jackie Ashton in Hey Little Magpie, and that was to use to create a layout using a photograph larger than 4x6. So I've been looking through a few of my mum's things just lately, and I've come across a lot of photographs that I'd like to put in an album, and I found these two photographs, which are 4x10, which is quite an odd size for a photograph. I think I don't know whether my mum, when she sent them off to be developed, she picked the wrong size, or whether a camera was set to the wrong size, but actually they look quite nice. So this is me when I was in my 20s, and this is my mum, and I just thought it was a really lovely picture of my mum. I think she looks really pretty in this picture. So I'm doing two pictures that are larger than 6x4, so they're my photographs. And then I've pulled out some Arden Creative Studio again. I've pulled out some papers from Hidden Creek and also a paper from the Field Notes collection. I've got some rub-ons, which I may or may not use. I've got a stamp, which I may or may not use. Some enamel dots. I've pulled out a Peacock Feathers Distress Oxide because I felt that that kind of went with the colours. And then I've also done some die cut border strips from a set of dies from Hey Little Magpie. And I'll pop the video in here of me doing that if it's not too shaky. And so I've just I've done some border strips with one of the patterned papers that go with the pictures, I think. So I've got those. And then I've pulled out some chipboard title pieces from various 49 and Market collections. So I've got things like Moments, I've got Us, Joyful, Cherish, The Very Best. So I've got various ones of those. And then I've also pulled out just some little sort of ephemera pieces, leaves, things like that. So it's another one where I don't really know what I'm doing. I've got a rough idea where I want the pictures to go to the left, and then I want to sort of distress my papers, not really make it look grungy, but make it look a little bit more distressed and older, because the photographs that I've got are of a trip that I went on with my mum to Oxford and Bath, or Bath, depending on where you come from. And we were in the Roman baths, so obviously we're in an old building or an old setting, so I want the actual papers to look a bit more distressed. So I'm going to start off by backing both of my photos on this blue striped paper, which is from the Field Notes collection. So let's start off by doing that. Go and give those a little trim. And while I'm trimming, I just want to say thank you so much to anyone that's subscribed lately, or anyone who's still watching. I had a quick look this morning and I was on 30 subscribers, which I know to a lot of people probably doesn't seem like very many, but to me it seems like loads. So thank you so much for your support, because it really does mean a lot, and please keep on watching. So there we go. So that's both my photos matted, and then I've got a few papers to choose from. I didn't know whether to maybe use this paper instead of the white, as a white, as a background like that, or this one, because that looks a bit kind of mosaicy. I've also got this blue, which I can turn and that'd be that way. I think that might be a little bit too bright maybe. So maybe this one, to actually put my photos on like that. But then I was thinking of maybe tearing this piece and having it kind of behind like that. So let's give that a go. So I'll trim off the border strip first of all. And that one. And on this one. Like that. I think I'm going to tear this one. So I want a straight edge there, and I think I want it to be more than 6 inches. I'm probably going to regret this now, but keep going with it. Like that. And get rid of my white. And I'm thinking maybe something like that. And then my photos. Let's just go for it. So I'm going to pull my water in again. And I'm just going to put a little bit on these 3 edges. Like that. And then I just want to curl them up a little bit. I realise you probably won't see the ones on this side. Maybe I should do it on all. Maybe I should do it on this side as well. Okay. A bit more water. Like that. Quite like that. Right, so let's get that bit stuck down. Like that. And then I'm thinking me flat and then mum raised. I'm just going to distress the edges of these as well. we go. Okay, so me flat. Tucked in a little bit like that. Maybe a little bit higher up. There we go. And and then I'm just going to flatten those down a little bit. And then go. One on the top. And then I've got these to kind of tuck in on the edges a little bit. So I've got one that I can tuck in there. One in, and then can do a couple on that side. So put that one in, and maybe might do that one, but do it behind. One in first, and then I'll put that one back in. There we go. So I've got that. Then let's have a look what I've got on this embellishment tray. So I've got lots of leaves. Which could almost have sort of sticking out the top as if it's a bit of an old ruin. Some out the side maybe. I need, so I quite liked Lovely Memories as my title. I've got Admit one, which I could put in there. Go. I'm going to stick a few of these leaves around. There. Maybe a couple at the bottom there. That look quite nice. from the top in there. I've got Captured Moment. I might put that down at the bottom. Should I put a little bit of that at the bottom first? Yeah. Piece that on the bottom. And up there. I've got Lovely, which could stick in there. Got another little ticket there that I could stick in that says Admit One as well. Love You there. Might stick another piece of that underneath. Like that. And put Love You on the top. Got another little ticket piece. Can stick in there. I'm going to stick this down now because I think that's where it's going to live, in the middle. Lovely. And Memories. There we go. And then Enjoy the Journey. I'm going to put there. I've got a little butterfly to put on like that. More leaves. Up there. I feel like I need a little bit of something down at the bottom here. Got another leaf piece there. Maybe that. Just folding the leaves over a little bit. Pad there. One on the other side. Like that. there. I remember there. And then I think what I might do is enamel dots. Those there. Little kind of flower piece. I'm just going to layer on the top, and I think maybe I might need a little bit more of something there. So I've got this bit here that says this time. Favourite, because it's one of my favourite photos of my mum. Another little butterfly to go. Next to my title. Maybe need something up there as well. That's it. And I think I could just keep adding and adding with this, but I don't want the I think that's the layout done. So thank you so much for joining me today. If you like what you've seen, please like and possibly subscribe too. And I'll see you again soon. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.